welcome to Tori's Fund. My name is Toria Strickland. This is my new YouTube channel. Start off by saying I know that I'm probably not going to be YouTube famous. I hope to be one day. I know I'm not that great looking. I know that there's some bigger stars out there, and this video isn't great because I have nothing in front of me and I am just doing a video to be doing a video, to get my first video out there, to introduce myself and tell what all this is about. Hopefully, when I upload it, I can do a little bit of editing and edit some parts out. Tori's Fund is on Facebook. That is my main page where you can read my story. We also have a website listed which you can go and visit, and it has my story, but the best way to probably do it is just to tell my story to you. So, here goes. I'm 37 years old right now. Last year, I was 35. I know that doesn't make much sense, but let me explain. March 8th of 2019, I woke up not expecting to have the worst day of my life. I woke up not feeling great and felt like I was having a panic attack. People that have panic attacks, you kind of just feel like you're kind of having an off day with your heart pounding out of your chest. Breathing fast, dizzy, and just like couldn't stay focused on one object. So I told my spouse, I said, I'm not feeling right. At the time, I thought I was pregnant and I thought I was miscarrying because I had already had 2 miscarriages, and that's what I was feeling before. So I said, I'm going to the hospital. That's the last thing that I remember. I apparently made it to the hospital. I walked in, and from what I remember, there's a flash of, I remember her asking my birthday, and I remember grabbing my head, and then everything went black. I won't get into the dreams that I had, or the visions, or whatever you want to call them, but I woke up 2 weeks later, and I was told that I suffered a massive heart attack and 2 strokes. And I was told that, and you have to forgive me, I'm a little fuzzy on all the details. That's what happens after a stroke. You have a lot of memory problems, and if you wonder why I keep looking around, it's because I struggle with remembering and also finding my words. But I was told that when I woke up, I was told that a blood clot had formed in my LAD, and it was brought on by a rare autoimmune disorder called APLS, also known as sticky blood syndrome, Hughes syndrome. And I will also put a description in the comments, exactly what that stands for. I can't pronounce it, and I don't think anybody that has it can pronounce it. It affects less than 200, I believe 200,000 people a year. It's a rare disorder. And I also was told that I had a blood mutation, JAX2 positive, which is, I have blood cancer, which the type I have is MPN. Again, I cannot pronounce it, but it is one of the words that is tagged. It's melio something neoplasm. It's also rare. Neither one are curable. They can be controlled with medication that I have to take for the rest of my life. Um, it's kind of hard to talk about, but my life changed that day. I used to be, and I'd been working since I was 14 years old. I've been a door to door salesperson, quite successful, number one all around in my position for over 20 plus years. I was a public speaker. I was admired by many, many people. I had many, many friends. I can talk in big crowds. I was just an energetic, fun-loving, fun-going, outspoken person. And right now, I'm doing a video, and I can't even look in at me. I can't even look at the little dot to talk to you. I created Tori's Fund because I wanted to raise awareness. A couple reasons. Number one, when I found out that I wasn't going to be able to work for the rest of my life, I sank into a really, really deep depression. I didn't know what I was going to do. Number two, when you get told that you can't work anymore, another problem arises, financial. You have no way to make money, and the only other way that you can make money when you can't work at all is Social Security. Well, the government has this thing where if you have to apply for Social Security, they put you through an absolute ringer of a time of getting approved. Unless you have a ton of credits, which I should have, but I don't understand why I don't or why they say I don't. And two, actually four, I don't know what number I'm on now, so I'm sorry to keep naming. Right now in our country, the federal government offers Medicaid expansion for low income families. Well, that's all fine and dandy for every other state except for the state that I live in and the surrounding states down here in the South. In the South, they don't want to take the Medicaid expansion for some reason. You have to be found disabled, which, as I just explained, the state says that, they're putting me through the ringer and saying I don't have enough work credits and having me fill out this paperwork after paperwork after paperwork after paperwork. And I don't understand the paperwork. I can't fill out the paperwork. I mean, it took me a year and a half to figure out how to do Cash App. It took me 2 months, 2.5 months to create what I did on Tori's Fund on Facebook and the website and everything. And it's taken me this long to get my words together to explain my story to you, and I'm up to almost 10 minutes now. So, what am I supposed to do? You know? I really hope that I can edit this video because I know that I've probably already lost y'all. But anyways, so the government's saying that I can't have Social Security to have money. I, I, I can't have insurance. I can't work to make money to pay for insurance. So that sunk me into a bigger depression. So so this is how Tori's Fund started. I started a GoFundMe page. Well, I got help from my family and friends, but family and friends can only help so much. So I started reaching out to groups. Well, one of the groups that I reached out Some groups on Facebook, they have the rules, no self-promotion, yada, yada, yada. And one gentleman on one of the groups said, well, hey, if you make a website, or hey, if you make a Facebook surrounding, make it say like Tori's whatever and send it to me, then I'll approve it and you could post it in there. So I did, and it just grew and it grew and it grew. And I got to thinking to myself, okay, well, this is what I could do. I started telling my story on my GoFundMe like like a journal, and I started feeling better because I got to talk about it. And I was like, hey, this is how I'm telling my story. This is kind of like a blog. So I turned Tori's Fund on Facebook into a blog, and I started inviting people, and then I made a group, and then I made a website. And I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so friends and family can only go so far, okay? So I started reaching out to fundraising companies, and I was like, okay, people need to start, they can't donate money, but people need to start buying stuff. And now, hold on now. I wasn't creating this into a business. I was reaching out to fundraising stores. Like, if you go to my Facebook, you'll see, like, legitimate fundraisers. Like, even school fundraisers. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm not the only one that's going through this. There, in the meantime, while I'm doing all this, I'm in a ton of support groups, and there are people telling me that they're waiting 6 months and a year and 3 years. And one woman said she waited 5 years to get approved for Social Security and Medicaid and all this stuff. And I'm seeing people's bills and all this, and I'm like, wait a minute. I can take what I'm learning with my experience, and maybe one day, after I'm getting done with what I'm needing help with, when I get done fundraising for me, if I can make this work for me, maybe I can turn Tori's Fund, which, by the way, this is why I named it Tori's Fund. If I can take it and create it into a foundation, or maybe one day I can turn it into a nonprofit so I don't have to make any money off of it at all. I don't want to make any money one day. I'm one of those. I want to say I want to give back, because I do want to give back. One day I want to be able to take and totally give back. Like, I've always wanted to run like a group home or a foster home, or, you know, um, a domestic violence shelter or a homeless shelter or whatever. But maybe this was my purpose. I never understood why I got sick, but maybe this is my purpose. Maybe my purpose is to take what I'm learning now and either one, change and reach out to people and show them, hey, the government sucks. They expect you to live poor and beg and everything else. And people put you down when you beg for money. Hey, I need $20. Oh, you look like a crackhead. Which, by the way, look at my mouth. I have no teeth. So, you know what people automatically assume when I say, hey, I need $20. Think about what they think, okay? But, you know, all these people are going through these troubles and they're asking for help. And we don't think maybe they legitimately need help. Maybe there's a reason. I mean, look at me. I don't really, really, really look sick. I just really look like a trashy woman right now, but it's because I really don't feel like dressing up because, I mean, I have cancer, you know? But anyways, again, I'm off track and I'm off subject. And anyways, I wanted to make a 15-minute video because it's my first video, and I have to get 100 likes so I can expand and get a custom URL and all that so I can link it to my page. And anyways, this is the whole thing. I wanted to tell you what Tori's Fund was, why I created Tori's Fund. I want to create awareness for my illnesses. I want to create awareness that there's a real problem with getting help in this country for Social Security and medical attention, medical help, especially for people that have cancer and is going through what I'm going through, because God, it took all this time, and I just had a toe amputated. I'm not going to show you the picture, but I will. I'm going tomorrow to get the stitches taken out. I will take a video and I will post it later, but I'm not going to shock you on my first couple of videos with that, okay? Because that's a big shocker. But anyways, I wanted to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing this for me now so I can help others during their process later if I can't change the system and bring awareness to the system that it sucks still and we need change. Anyways, please subscribe. I need 100 followers ASAP. I promise videos will get better. I just need to get through the brain fog. Go to my Facebook, Tori's Fund Facebook. Go to my website. If you listen, the donations go to all my medical expenses, so maybe I can get some clarity out of this brain fog so I can make better videos. Just go to Tori's Fund on Facebook, like, subscribe, share my video. You know, I don't even care if you say how bad I look, make fun of me. Bad publicity is better than no publicity. I don't care. Just get me out there, tell my story, and hey, I promise better videos will come. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for paying attention and suffering through this with me. Thank you. Bye.